भैया भैया, अरे भाई मोबाइल भाई, अरे भाई भाई मोबाइल वाले भैया, जबरदस्ती का हक किए हुए हैं।
Chief Minister Nitish Kumar there taking oath for the 8th time once again as Bihar Chief Minister. Sorry about the audio output at the moment. We're just trying to sort that out, but his oath taking currently underway. And after that, we're expecting Tejasvi Yadav to take oath as Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar. The rest of the Bihar cabinet, what the portfolios will be, how they will be distributed, I think that is something that will be worked out now in the next few days, unless there has already been some basic understanding on that front. But Vasu, another sort of historic moment in a sense in terms of what has happened in Bihar politics and what the impact of this could be now in the general election. I think that's the bigger question.
No, absolutely, Nidhi. This is a this is a kind of coup model of swearing in that we're seeing. When you stage a political coup, you have to do this very stripped down, bare minimum kind of swearing in. We just saw it in Maharashtra, where you saw Eknath Shinde and Devendra Fadnavis. Just two of them took oath, and that's how it stayed for 40 days till they finally expanded their cabinet only yesterday. So I think it's going to be a similar situation here. This was all, in 24 hours there was a change of guard in Patna. Quite a swift move there by all parties concerned, and that's why you have this, two-man swearing in. No frills, no huge spectacle as is normally staged, and then hopefully once they sort out their portfolios and who gets what, we'll see a wider cabinet being sworn in, but that may take some time.
Absolutely. Sanket, what are you hearing about that, about the understanding reached between both sides on portfolios, etc., if any?
Well, what we are learning is that this time both sides are going to be extremely mature about the decision-making process, and the process of coalescing, coordinating is going to be, at least that is what we are being told, top-notch. Obviously, the big decisions as to who remains the Chief Minister, who's the Deputy Chief Minister, and who remains the Speaker has already been taken. Who gets how many berths is also a decision which we are being told has been taken. But the exact names are not out just yet. I guess given the fact that this is pretty much a very existential sort of a fight. You see, Tejasvi Yadav tried everything that he could to grow or swell the number from 115 strong opposition to 122 plus, which is the magic number in Bihar. He could not. He failed. So now that Nitish Kumar has come to his side, they would want to be, at least that's what we've been told. I don't know what future lies ahead for this alliance, but we have been told that very, very maturely this decision making is going to be handled as to who remains minister. The prerogative, we are being told, will be of Nitish Kumar, who he wants in his cabinet or not. Now, if this is if this has approval and acceptance of Tejasvi, this could mean a very big compromise on the part of a party which is the single largest party, 79 MLAs, and yet the final approval with Nitish Kumar. So, again, the health warning and the rider over and over again. I don't know what lies ahead as Tejasvi Yadav takes oath for the second time as Deputy Chief Minister. But there are signs and hints of this relationship maturing. Whether that will happen or not, one does not know.
I think the key lies of the man that we're all seeing on stage at the moment, Tejasvi Yadav at 32 taking oath as Deputy Chief Minister once again. Has Tejasvi matured? I think that's the key question that will determine how this alliance plays out. Neerja Chaudhary, you think that as Tejasvi takes oath, are you looking at a mature, Neerja Chaudhary is gone, let me ask Sanket and Nidhi, is this a mature Tejasvi Yadav we are now seeing?
Well, I think we'll have to see how that plays out on the ground, but certainly there are indications that his father, and I think Sanket was alluding to that earlier, did have a role to play in kind of, from all indications, in a sense telling him that you need to dial things down and approach this alliance this time around with a fresh set of eyes. You need to put the past in the past because the circumstances have changed. So we'll have to see how that plays out. At the moment, it seems to be playing out pretty well. And if you look at how things actually have played out between him and Nitish in the last few months, Vasu, Sanket, you know, it started with the iftar at Lalu's house in early May when Nitish just walked over. It was the first big sign that obviously the two sides had been talking. He walked across, he attended that iftar. Tejasvi went then to the JDU iftar. Nitish, you know, saw him off. There was a clear understanding that they wouldn't attack each other on political issues. They weren't doing that for months now. So something has changed. Will it last? That's the big question. Also, will the BJP let it last? Because Sanket, let's face it, the BJP doesn't take very kindly to being stabbed in the back, and they see this as a backstabbing. They see it as a betrayal. We saw what happened in Maharashtra. 3 years is a long time for an assembly election. Anything could happen.
Well, you know, the standing joke in Patna is that there are vacancies for an ED branch in Patna. That's a, but I don't know how soon that is going to happen, but yeah, this alliance is, they say that we are ready.
Like, okay, well, let's go across live to our colleague Alok, who's actually at the swearing in. Alok, give us a sense of what you're seeing and hearing. It seems to be quite a subdued event by Bihar standards.
It is a much subdued event. I was outside the Raj Bhavan a while ago, and I thought that there were crowds, but you know, I mean, what can be a comparison point? Maybe UP. I mean, when Yogi Adityanath was sworn in for the second time, there were lakhs of people. Now, obviously, you don't expect that here because of the circumstances around what has happened. But even so, there were some people. I think you could say hundreds of people, mostly JDU supporters, and some in the RJD outside Lalu Yadav's house. But I have to also tell you that the RJD top leadership has told its cadre that they do not want or do not expect their people to converge on Patna or to converge outside Lalu Yadav's residence and to make a show or, you know, and try and score brownie points. This is the message that has gone out from the top leadership, and that is why perhaps you have a situation where you don't have that feeling of euphoria if you are out on the streets in Patna. That's number one. Number two, inside the Raj Bhavan, of course, you have Nitish Kumar, you have Tejasvi, and you have the whole Lalu family. And I think the swearing is almost getting over now.
National anthem.
खाली